Hello students, in the last video we have discussed about the equational division, that is mitosis. As we have discussed that mitosis takes place in somatic cells, that is it takes place in the cells which do not take part in reproduction. It is equational division, that is the cells formed have same number of chromosomes as that of the parent. Today we will discuss about meiosis. Meiosis is also called reductional division. It is also called reductional division because in this the number of chromosome is reduced to half in the daughter cells. Meiosis takes place in germ cells. Meiosis takes place in germ cells, that is the cells which take part in reproduction, sexual reproduction. For example, in males it takes place in spermatogonia which are present in testes, and in females it takes place in oogonia which are present in ovaries. Meiosis is further divided into two parts, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Meiosis 1 is further divided into four phases: prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1 and telophase 1. Meiosis 2 is also divided into four phases: prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2 and telophase 2. Between two meiosis, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2, there is a very small phase known as interkinesis. During interkinesis, the duplication of centriole takes place. During interkinesis, the duplication of the centriole takes place. So, we'll start with meiosis now. In interphase, what happens? There are three parts: G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase. G1 phase is gap 1 phase. In this, ploidy of the cell is diploid, that is 2N, and the content of DNA is 2C. In S phase, ploidy remains the same, that is 2N, but content of DNA gets doubled, that is 4C, means replication of DNA has taken place in S phase. In G2 phase, ploidy 2N and DNA content 4C. Now the cell will enter into meiosis 1. Meiosis 1 is reductional division or heterotypic division. Why it is called heterotypic division? Because the chromosome number has changed to half. If parent cell has 46 chromosomes, then daughter cell will be having 23 chromosomes. So meiosis 1 is concerned with separation of homologous chromosome. Children, this point is very important. Meiosis 1 is concerned with the separation of homologous chromosome. What are homologous chromosome? You say that in one human cell there are 46 chromosomes or 23 pairs of chromosome. So one pair has two chromosomes which are known as homologous chromosome. They control the same characters. They have same set of genes. They are known as homologous chromosome. From these pair, one is paternal chromosome and one is maternal chromosome. They form a homologous pair. So, meiosis 1 is concerned with the separation of homologous chromosome, that is, it is concerned with reduction in ploidy. It is concerned with reduction in ploidy. So, between meiosis 1 and meiosis 2, there is a very small phase known as interkinesis. Interkinesis, what happens in interkinesis? Duplication of centriole occurs in interkinesis. Duplication of centriole occurs in interkinesis. Then comes meiosis 2. Meiosis 2 is identical to mitosis. Meiosis 2 is identical to mitosis. It is equational division or homotypic division. It is concerned with separation of sister chromatid. In meiosis 1, homologous chromosomes were separated, and in meiosis 2, sister chromatids are separated. So this is a pictorial representation of both the phases, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. See, here it is, the cell is in interphase. Prophase 1 of meiosis 1 is the longest phase. Prophase 1 of meiosis 1 is the longest phase. In this, nuclear membrane disappears, cell organelles disappear, chromatin network is changed into chromosomes. All these things happen which occurred in mitosis prophase as well. But prophase 1 of meiosis 1 is very long. It is further divided into 5 phases. It is further divided into 5 phases: leptotin, zygotin, paquitin, diplotin and diakinesis. Leptotin, zygotin, paquitin, diplotin and diakinesis. We will discuss these phases in detail later on. So in prophase, centrioles moves to the opposite pole, nuclear membrane disintegrates and the chromosomes appear. Then see, this is the late prophase. Then what happens in metaphase 1? The homologous chromosomes, the homologous pair of chromosomes, they come to lie at the equatorial plate. They come to lie at the equatorial plate. In two lines, they come to lie, homologal pair lie at the equatorial plates, that is double metaphasic plate is formed. Whereas in mitosis, single metaphasic plate was formed. All the chromosomes, if there are 6 chromosomes I have taken here, if it would have been mitosis, all the 6 chromosomes would be in a single line. But here it is meiosis 1. Therefore, 3 up, 3 down. There is double metaphasic plate formed. So in metaphase 1, double metaphasic plate is formed. 3 chromosomes are binded by the spindle fiber towards one pole, and other 3 chromosomes are bounded by the spindle fiber of the opposite pole. So in metaphase 1, chromosomes are bound to the spindle fiber only from the one pole, not from the both the poles. So in anaphase 1, 3 chromosomes are pulled towards one pole and other 3 chromosomes are pulled towards the other pole. This is due to the shrinkage of the spindle fiber or contraction of the spindle fibers. In telophase 1, 2 nuclei are formed, each having 3 chromosomes. See, we have started with 6 chromosomes. Now in telophase 1, 2 nuclei are formed and each is having 3 nuclei, 3 chromosomes. So chromosome number is reduced to half. Now meiosis 2. What happens in meiosis 2? See, we have formed 2 cells here. Cell membrane will be formed. This cytoplasm will also divide into 2 parts and 2 cells will be formed. So 2 daughter cells are formed in meiosis 1. Now these 2 daughter cells will enter into meiosis 2. So this is prophase 2. In prophase 2, the nuclear membrane will disintegrate, spindle fibers will move to the opposite pole. Right? In metaphase 2, what happens? Single metaphasic plate is formed. See, I have shown this whole process meiosis 2 only for one daughter cell. So in this, the single metaphasic plate is formed in metaphase 2. So sister chromatids separate. One chromosome is bounded by the spindle fiber from both the poles. Now sister chromatid will separate and they will move towards the opposite pole in anaphase 2. Now these are not known as chromatid, they will be known as chromosome. So 3 chromosome here and 3 chromosome here, or at the opposite poles. And at telophase 2, 2 nuclei will be formed, each having 3 chromosomes. So in meiosis 1, 2 nuclei are formed having 3 chromosomes, and in meiosis 2 also 2 nuclei are having 3 chromosomes. Means meiosis 2 is an equational division. So clear, students? So from in meiosis 2, from one nucleus 2 daughter cells are formed. Similarly, from this nucleus also, from this cell also 2 daughter cell will be formed. So in all 4 daughter cell will be formed in meiosis 2. And therefore meiosis results in the formation of 4 daughter cells instead of 2 daughter cell in case of mitosis. Now some questions. If a cell has 2n is equal to 14 and DNA content is 20 picogram, if a cell has 2n is equal to 14 means diploid number of chromosome is 14 and DNA content is 20 picogram. Calculate DNA content in a cell at anaphase 1. So you have to calculate the DNA content in a cell at anaphase 1. Anaphase 1 means at meiosis 1. So chromosome number is 2n is equal to 14. ठीक है, क्रोमोसोम नंबर तो 2n is equal to 14 रहेगा, लेकिन DNA content will get doubled because S phase has occurred, 20 to 40 picogram. Number of chromatid at each pole of telophase 1, 14 and 14. क्योंकि जो chromosomes हैं, they homologous chromosomes have separated during telophase 1. Number of chromosomes at G2 phase 14. Number of chromatid at each pole of telophase 2. Chromosome number has reduced to half in case of telophase 2. Now there will be 7 chromatids at each pole in case of telophase 2. So this numerical is very important.